What's up, guys? Miticus here, the coach for the Boston Beadrils, bringing you my Week 2 recap of the APA's third season. This week, we went up against two really great coaches, Banded Caterpie of the Carolina Caterpies and King Articus of the Irish Absols. Our first match was against the Carolina Caterpies. Very tough match. Early game went downhill very quickly for us. He caught us in a corner that I did not think we would escape. But I think we ended up actually knocking out 3 Mons with Miticus. It was 3-1 at the end of the battle. And Miticus came back, knocked out his remaining 3 Pokemon, and we actually ended up winning 1-0, which was really, really impressive, in my opinion, of Miticus. It just goes to show you that he's deserving of the name Tug-a-Tank. He is definitely a tank. He can definitely take those hits. But he's also deserving of the round 1 pick. I think it was like number 5 overall. So Miticus, just a beast this season so far. Been in all 4 of my battles so far. 7 kills, 1 death, and 4 statuses. He is currently right now, I believe, tied for second next to Mega Altaria for kills, and they are both only second to Diggersby, who actually has 8 kills. Diggersby in that match, I can't exactly remember what happened, but I believe he just went down to something that it was a Volcanion. That's when he went down to a Choice Scarf Volcanion that I wasn't expecting to be scarfed. I was expecting specs. That's what I prepped for. And if I had ran the Jolly nature instead of Adamant, it would have been a different story. Diggersby may have picked up some kills, took a little bit of that pressure off Miticus, and probably would have 9, 10, or even 11 kills right now. But that wasn't the story. Bandit Caterpie chose to do the Choice Scarf instead of the Choice Specs. So, it didn't end up very good for Diggersby. He just got KO'd by like a Steam Eruption, I believe. So, it was a great match, though. Big props to the Bandit Caterpie for his awesome battling. And honestly, if it wouldn't have been for the hacks, I would have lost 4-0, 3-0, something like that. And we would be in a lot worse situation than we currently are. Going into the second match of the week, we went up against King Articus. And it didn't go very good for us. I wasn't expecting Charizard to bring Solar Beam, which was just a huge mistake on my part. I should have done a little bit more research, and for some reasons, Solar Beam on a Charizard, it just didn't click in my head. But with the being Mega Charizard Y, it does make sense because he has Drought and the accessibility to the Solar Beam. So why not carry Solar Beam for Rotom Wash? And that's exactly what Articus did. So when I thought I was in a good position with Diggersby to knock out the Charizard, he came and hit me with a Solar Beam, and I went down. So unfortunate there, and that's kind of how the battle went for the rest of the match. It didn't go in my favor at all. I made some bad choices. The only bright spot of that battle was near the end when Diggersby came out, and for a slight minute, I thought he could have actually came back and swept the rest of Articus's team and gave us the victory. But that wasn't the case. Snorlax was just too bulky, and plus he still had Luxray in the back with Intimidate, so he most likely would have switched that in and got the Intimidate off on my Diggersby, who was the only Mon that I had left. And got the big attack drop on Diggersby and pretty much left him worthless. So it wouldn't have really mattered too much. I wouldn't have won that match. Just didn't play well enough. I'm actually looking at the screen right here, and actually for some reason I have 2 Gourgeist on the screen. That's kind of strange. 6 and 5. I'm guessing I'm missing somebody on here. Just looking who it would be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Looks like it's Swallow. My bad, Swallow. But actually, I don't think Swallow participated this week anyway, so yeah, it's not that big of a deal. So props to Articus. He played really well, and I played fairly poorly. I wish I would have prepped for the Charizard a little bit better, and that's some other things that happen. And if you haven't checked out the battles, definitely go check them out. I think they're entertaining, at least. I think they were good battles. Both of them came down to the last few Pokemon. Even maybe if they shouldn't have, they did. So I think that's one huge advantage my team does have, is that any of my Pokemon can really give you um, a difficult time in the right situation. So I really, really am still enjoying using this team. Right now on the season, we're 3-1. We're at a differential of, I believe, +7, and that's good enough to be first in the league. So we're definitely doing good. We can do better. We can do better prepping. But there's nothing too much to complain about. We probably should be 4-0 in my opinion. But I'm not gonna take that away from Marticus, because I mean the dude played lights out. He played really, really good. I just wish I would have prepped better for the match. So yeah, we're 3-1, +7 differential, first in the league. Uh, the only person that's kind of close to us right now is Cloud Nimbus, the coach of the Nashville Infernape. He actually has the same record as us, 3-1, but his differential, I believe, is I think it's +2. So we got a pretty good little lead on differential. So we definitely need to protect that. Definitely need to, if we're gonna lose a match, lose it by a little. If we're gonna win a match, let's sweep. Let's get some more points on the differential. That's definitely gonna help us out in the playoff race, because I have a feeling the divisions are about to really tighten up this week. We're in the Kanto division, which has a little bit of space in it. But I'll tell you what, the Johto division, every single coach in the Johto right now is 2-2. They're only separated by the differential, which is crazy. 5 coaches in that division, all 2-2. So I'm just happy I'm not in that division. That division is very, very competitive. And I believe starting next week, or at the time of this video this week, really, we're going to actually start playing some people in the Johto division. So really expect the season to get tougher at this point. Thankfully, we've already beat the second place and the third place coach in our division, being Cloud Nimbus and Banded Caterpie. Fourth place right now would be King Articus, who just beat us. And in fifth place would be a new coach, Elite Four Dan, who is the coach of the Adelaide Umbreons. No, not Umbreons. I'm not sure. Ampharos. Yeah, something like that. He actually replaced Jenny and the Tennessee Typhlosions. Sorry guys, I don't have any of this in front of me, so I'm just kind of spouting out things. So we're looking good right now. We're gonna have some tough matches this week. We have the Greensburg Garchomps, who is coached by Zebo, and we have Megalugia, who is the coach. Who is he the coach of? He is the coach of the Baron Munchlax. He's the coach of the Baron Munchlax, or Baron, or I'm not sure how you pronounce it. So both of those coaches are from the Johto. They're going to give me a run for my money. Hopefully we can pull out one win. If we don't pull out any wins and we go 0-2 this week, we're going to be looking pretty rough. Articus is looking to rebound from his slow start in the season, and he could definitely pose a threat to us in the playoff race. I already know that Cloud Nimbus and the Banded Caterpie, they're going to be really, really strong contenders for the playoffs. So I really got to step my game up if I want to place in the finals. And Yeah, guys. So that's going to be the end of this recap for week 2. Just run through the stats real quick. As you can see on the screen, Heatran went to 3 battles. He still has no kills. He has 1 death, no statuses yet. Togekiss I've already mentioned. All 4 battles, 7 kills, 1 death, and 4 statuses. Sableye wasn't able to do much in game 2 of this week. And game 1, I don't honestly think he did much either game this week, honestly. I may have got a status or 2. I can't quite remember. Dragology still has not made it his way to a game yet. And I'm actually looking to possibly trade him out to another coach, or maybe possibly dropping him in the near future. Just haven't found a lot of situations where he fits well with my team. But he is Dragon Poison, which I honestly should add a little bit of depth to my team. So then we got Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet, he's been in that 1 battle. Honestly, he saved me. It was actually this week. I should probably talk about that. So Wobbuffet came out when a Cobelian from Banded Caterpie has set up a couple times. I think he was +3 at this point. And Wobbuffet was able to come out after Sableye got killed and took a massive hit from the Cobelian and was able to fire back a counter and knocked out the Cobelian. If that would not have happened, we would be sitting at 2-2 in the season, probably with a fairly large, well, no, not a fairly large differential, but a very much lower differential, probably sitting at -1, 0, or +1. So huge props for Wobbuffet. I mean, I would honestly even him and Togekiss would, in my opinion, be right there at my Pokemon of the week for my team. So definitely really, really, really happy about that. So then let's go to Gourgeist. Gourgeist only came to 1 battle this week. He didn't do too much. I put him in a bad situation. Basically had to sack him just to get a free switch in. So that was unfortunate. Hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit more work with him in the coming week. Then we have Mega Scizor, who just, I don't know, I just haven't figured out how to use him, I don't guess. I've only brought him to 1 battle, so I really haven't given him a chance. He may see a little bit more action in the coming week. Rotom Wash, 4 battles, all 4 battles, and no kills, and he's died 3 times. No excuses for that. Rotom Wash should be up there at the top on the kills. He just has a lot of power. He's got a lot of defense. I don't know. I'm just not using him very well. Then we have the champ right here. Roger Rabbit, the Diggersby, has been in 3 battles. He has 8 kills and 3 deaths. Now, he's died in every battle he's came to, but goodness gracious, he has really, really put in the work in all 3 of those battles. Then we have Lucario. Lucario would have been really interesting in the previous battle against Articus. I actually had a chance to set up with him. I just did not have the move set to take on a Gliscor. If I had Ice Punch, I could have taken out Gliscor, and I would have been in a much, much better position to win that battle. Unfortunately, I did not have the ice coverage needed to beat Gliscor, and Gliscor ended up killing Lucario with an Earthquake pretty easily. And then we have Swallow, and Swallow, 1 battle, 1 kill, 1 death, just like he was last week. And oh, actually, I do have Swallow on this board. Okay. Well, I don't know who's missing from this board. That's kind of interesting. I'm just looking again. Just a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11, but 2 Gourgeist. I'm just not seeing it. But whatever. Oh, Heatran. Heatran's missing. My bad, Heatran. You deserve to be up there. Okay, so yeah, guys. So that's week 2. Fairly good week. We went 1-1, and we're still in the lead on the division, or the division and the league. So I will catch y'all in the next match. Peace out, guys.